Welcome to Graeme Games. My name is Graeme. This is a game. Today I'm looking at a demo for Grotto, an interactive visual novel-esque thing with multiple endings. You play as a soothsayer, someone who's capable of reading the stars, and that's about all I know. I thought the key art for the game looked really cool. Bright colors, weird, kind of like bordering on Lovecraftian. I don't want to put that in people's minds though. Too late, I suppose.
This is a story of failure.
I don't want to be a failure.
Of things that fall out of reach.
Oh, the weird layering together of the vocals and things are wigging me out.
But this is also a story about people. People who fall. Though, at the end of the day, believe it or not, this is a story of hope.
I kinda don't believe it. You're really coming at it from like the world's most pessimistic angle. I did not expect this game to even have the ability to like move around like this, honestly. I did not. I thought it was like a visual novel. Be the point that sets the path, the edge that makes the cut, the hand that wields the grip, the smith that forges the sword. And so that's, the sword is one of the possible constellations. Oh, pretty. I can say the game is very pretty. Yeah, and then this one is the weird feminine slob mask. You're telling me that's not like a full body? What am I looking at? The face behind the face behowls the face ahead the face. Oh yeah, taking some big old lessons from that. I'll be sure to distill that into some useful bit of knowledge to share with this little gremlin creature. How's it going, Toad Boy? Maybe mostly lizard something. I would like to speak. Oh, if you have to be standing in that spot. You scared the shit out of me. I came inches away from your face before I talked to you, and you didn't even notice. Is lurking in the caves your thing, or what? Do you know what this reminds me a little bit of Smile For Me, a game that I love. But a weirder fantasy version. Stars stole your tongue. My name is Ouch. A pleasure. Wait, he didn't get interrupted. That he genuinely means that. That is his name. And you are? Whatever. I can do the talking. I'm good at that. Ooh, the animation is cool because he's clearly drawn in 2D, but he's really popping and moving around, and the way the camera followed it was cool. This place is like mystical, as in the proverb. The highest sky talks to the deepest cave. So, I guess you give people advice by choosing a bunch of stars for them, isn't it true? Poor thing. I mean, stars can say shit, but it's up to people to figure out what they mean. That's where I come in. It's what I do. You know, as soon as I'm capable of talking again. Don't know why I lost that. And people are, like, stupid. What's worse, people are indifferent. Let's imagine you're, say, blue, and there's these three guys. The first one, who lives by the sea, reckons you're talking about water. The second one, who lives on a mountain peak, thinks of the sky. And the third one becomes sad, just because. Remember me words, because they're the best piece of advice ever. This guy's all over the map. I don't know if he's like a genius or like a philosopher or a lunatic and a hillbilly. What's going on here? Now let these stars of yours speak to me. What will I get in exchange for such great advice? Ouch wants to know what they'll get in exchange for helping you. I could give you the fire. I could give you the sword. I could look at the stars above. Zoom on in. Ooh. Do I have to be able to trace a constellation? You can connect the stars in the sky to draw constellations and use them to influence the people. I didn't really learn anything. First of all, select a star. It will glow in appreciation. Now select a second star to connect them. Select one more star to draw a longer line. In order to create a constellation, you need to draw 2 shapes, or 2 lines, or even 1 shape and 1 line. Now deselect the glowing star. Select an unconnected one, draw a new line, or make a shape out of 3 or more stars. What if I made a triangle? Oh, I didn't disconnect properly the way it was intending me to. Well, I should probably just draw the example it's giving if I can figure out precisely, like, is this meant to be it? Like, if I drew that plus the zigzaggy thing that it's telling me about, I might be able to kind of do this. Did I do it? The number of stars included in the lines and shapes determine which constellation you will get. I actually had something else there for half a second. If you don't like the current state of your drawing, you can always use the thing to erase all of its connections. So if I decide no, and I get the horsey instead, create a constellation to answer the visit. Okay, so I still... Oh! I get to do it right here. Huh. I don't know what to give you, man. I'll draw you a diamond for your shape. And... Ooh, I screwed it up. I'm sorry. You get a lovely diamond and a line. 2 lines. You get a mountain. A cloud? A mountain? Whoa. Okay. Oh, and that's the other thing I drew. So do I get to stick it? Once you've discovered a constellation, you can pick it from the wall. I would like to, like, place it on the wall. I don't know what to do with it. Oh, there. It's the mountain. It's already present on there. My head is so high, the mountain complained that I'm always the first to be rained and snowed on. Or the horse, hooves yield to the honest horseman's hold, never whining, never denying, never neighing where. The hedgehog, build a bastion on your bended back, secure it with spikes, and let stillness be your strength. The face, behind the face, that guy might still... I'm going to give him the mask, I think, because he kind of was all over the place. He was confusing me. He had a lot of different thoughts and intentions and things. Ah! Did them bloody stars just spat their wisdom right on me, kisser? So, I'm the face ahead of your howl from behind what the stars say to me? Isn't it true? You're my best new friend. I'll be back tomorrow. You're just do your lurking or whatnot. Fare ye well, starry mask. He liked it. Don't know if I fully understand why, but I'm intrigued by the distinct oddness of the game so far. Oh. I guess I'll follow the like one thing there is to follow. Hello? Whoa, okay. What the hell, man? So all that is gone. Our wall is gone. Can I go to bed? Try again tomorrow night? Yeah, just lay your weary head to rest. Those stars will come back on the morrow. It's easier to see down here at night than it is during day. I do want to craft more constellations, but I also want to go looking for other people. He changed. He like put on like a little outfit. I would still just be hanging with the same guy, hey? Alright, it is just a demo, so maybe we still just continue our chat. I salute you, Starry Mask. I never told you I'm a big fucking chief, isn't it true? So me and me tribe live in an ugly valley not too far away from this cave of yer. It's easy to defend. Oh, maybe people come to me for like advice. So I never actually leave the grotto. It's easy to defend since most of the area is surrounded by the mountainside. There's this river that splits the village in two, and a tiny island in the middle of the river with the hugest tree ever. But yesterday, there were signs, like big fucking signs and whatnot. First, this huge cloud over our heads, but it never rained. And I heard some elders talking behind me back, or maybe it was just the wind. And a bunch of youngsters danced for me. And a thorn pricked me foot. Do you understand them signs, Starry Mask? Is this ugly valley a safe home for me and me tribe anymore? So I could tell him to be a leader. I could give him the sword. And that's kind of my interpretation of that, right? Or the mountain. That's a lot of complaining. The horse. Oh, I like it showing you what the shape plus like the line would be and how they fit together. Here they're separate. Here they're separate as well. They're just lines. There's no shapes in that one. And this one is 2 shapes. Yeah, okay, that's neat. Build a bastion on your bended back, secure it with spikes, and let stillness be your strength. I think the hedgehog would be a good fit. I think you just tell the guy to like fortify your stuff, hold fast, be ready for anything. It feels like good advice. It feels like good advice. It's hard to say for sure. I'm gonna build like a pentagon and start testing. Oh, that was an accident. Start testing out line options, but you know, it's basically straight line, bent line, square. Already have that. Okay. They're potentially not as many like variations as I thought there might be. Just keep adding more lines. Now you get the like a mammoth involved. And so how about all right, cancel everything. None more of that. I might have accidentally discovered something for like a quarter second there and clicked past it. Scorpion, cool. Wasn't intending to, but I dig it. Yeah, I keep forgetting to like disconnect. Some sort of fish. I can kind of just keep building out from here. Don't even know what I'm looking at. Adding like an octopus or something. A mountain of some sort. Adding additional lines doesn't do anything, right? But if I just kind of keep building things, eventually something will mean something. I've built like an icicle. All right, cancel. I'm trying to leave. Stay gone. Hold back. You gotta hold back. Shadow. The lecher makes a wish. The horror grants a groin. In the shadows, a secret is shared amidst worlds. When water hates crops, it becomes a sword. The day its feet grew slower than the herd's, it will leave and seek the hunter's mercy. The birds, when their beaks emerge empty from the barren earth, birds plunge the blue above in search of new harvest fields. So I could tell him to go look elsewhere, essentially. The squid, its mouth spits darkness. Behind its walls it crouches. My head is so high. Oh, no. The scorpion. As its own sting pierced its back, the scorpion felt treason and the graveyard's call. The sting, though, felt free. Okay, man, there's a lot to put into that. Sleeping volcano. Deep in the volcano oinks a drove of lava drops. Ghosts from long-forgotten gushings hush their prayers. I think that was... Oh no, I got other new ones here. Hurricane. Everything my eye catches will become my prey. Buried but breathing, blind but brave, breeding blessed. I still think the hedgehog is the best version of advice I could give this guy. Be their leader, man. Rah! All this wisdom spitting on me kisser feels like power. So, stillness, build a bastion, spikes, safe home. Isn't it true? Oh, you've been helpful to this humble, big fucking chief, Starry Mask. Is that how he refers to himself? Is just as the big fucking chief? Whoa.
And this is also a story about words. About words said and words unsaid.
Did I help?
About right words that look wrong and wrong words that look right.
There's a lot of interpretation to be made into that, but it's also, I think, as I'm interpreting it, telling me, be careful, because all those constellations carry numerous interpretations.
About twisted words that crouch behind other words, behind silences, behind smiles. This is a story about lies.
This game is like minimally qualifying as a game, but it's atmospheric as hell. I'll tell you that. Okay. Still the same night, I guess. Now who the hell are we talking to? This crazy horse? There you are. Finally, the real Soothsayer. Thanks for letting my old bones in. You've been fooled. I have been fooled. My people have been fooled. All by the same despicable being. You know who. The... Ouch? Ouch! The despicable liar who impersonated me by telling you I am the chief. Okay, that guy wasn't the chief. The stranger who impersonated me by calling yourself Starry Mask amongst us, the people. The despicable liar who said that the stars had spoken. That we should fortify our hamlet with spikes to keep hedgehogs away. So he kind of took the hedgehog part to literally fortify, barricade the way a hedgehog would, not in defense of hedgehogs, man. Ever since we set our home on the mountainside, 3 chiefs live lives away, we never had to deal with such a despicable liar. Very kind face. We are more than happy to welcome strangers as long as they do something for the community, for the people. If you contribute with your words as we do, then you're one of us. But 2 times out of 3, strangers try to take advantage of us. According to the law, now it's my duty to mete justice out. Tell me, Soothsayer, which part of the despicable liar's body must be punished? Like, so whether that be his like mind, his physical body. Let's maybe attempt to discover a few more options. Attempt to feel less limited, hopefully. I don't know if I feel overly limited currently. I'm sure more options couldn't hurt. So I'm just going to start drawing lines. What about crazy long lines? I don't know if the length of the line matters that much. Like if I just draw out the same thing with an extra stop, it totally matters because now I have a flower. Just kind of undo zigzag. Still a flower. Still the same idea. But now a zig at a different point, like a tall seaweed. Okay, that one's overly complex. Long, back long again, and a big old Z. What if you zigzag, intertwine, intermingle? Kind of worked. It kind of worked. All right, back to a triangle, and then we'll start experimenting with other... I'm really bad at disconnecting. Ah! There's got to be an easier way to do that, because I screw it up most times. There you go. Click way down out of the way. Scorpion, already have that. I've already seen that guy as well. Also nothing new. Time to focus on more shapes. I'm curious how other people would interact with this game and what they might like intuit from it and what sort of shape combinations would feel the most obvious. Like maybe there's a particular pattern that I'm really like not making use of. I'm gonna make a big triangle. Does a triangle that size matter? That's totally botched. Big, but out of the way enough that I can still disconnect it. I don't think the size matters. I think it's way more focused on shapes. Alright. I unlocked a couple things here, though. I now have the root. It doesn't move, yet it keeps growing. It has no legs, yet it gets places. It has no beauty, yet it will heal many flowers. Do I tell him to break the guy's legs? Is that what it's telling me? Fortune comes unto those who seed lilies. For their necks break even the driest soil. Could I tell him to break the guy's neck? That's not the direction I meant to go. An awakened volcano. A4 falling back over the volcano, drawing a red burning dress over its open breast. Lava drains the clouds out. Hurt his chest? Hurt his face? The groin? Hurt his groin? Do all these have a body part? When water hates crops, it becomes a sword. So I could call this chief the water. I could call ouch the crop. And I could say, you know, if you hurt this guy, if you turn on this guy, he could become the sword. He could become violent, he could become terrible. But the sword was also a positive thing. It was like leadership. I don't know, man. This is one of the only ones that doesn't have a literal body part in its title, where I'm telling you, hurt his groin, damage his groin. He's asking for it. It's what he wants. Water becomes a sword. It's true that the stars speak through you. My old bones can feel it, like fire on a moonless night. Thanks, Soothsayer. What are you gonna do, though? What did you take away from that? Tell me. Although, you know, really, I guess I'm supposed to be telling him. It would defeat the purpose a little bit if I was like, so what do you think you got from that? Whoa, okay, we're dealing with a big guy now? So, this is you, huh? The stranger who tells our chief what to do? A dangerous madman tries to fool us pretending he's you, and you just say something? Something about freezing water? And now our chief will have the stranger maimed? Oh no. But is that the best option? Don't stare at me. I'm loyal to our chief. I'm the people's first hunter, our chief's right hand, right punch. But sometimes I'm not that sure Air's decisions are the ones we need. Prove yourself useful and tell me, stranger, should I keep doing our chief's bidding, or should I rebel, or conspire, or what? They come at me so accusatory, but then they're also like, but tell me what to do. He's questioning his allegiance. I think he should stick with him. And I'm trying to think of how to say that. Those who seed lilies, their neck breaks. Ooh, I missed the tears before. Hurting eyes may water the desert. Ooh, don't want that one, I don't think. The day its feet get slower than the herds, it will leave and seek the hunter's mercy. So, would this be telling him to not be a follower, not be a leader? As follow him until he's no longer worthy? When their beaks emerge empty from the barren earth, birds plunge the blue above the sky in search of new harvest fields. That would be me telling him to rebel, I think, to go find a new leader or be the new leader. Hooves yield to the honest horseman's hold, never whining, never denying, never neighing where. That would be me telling him to be a follower, I think. The mountain complained, I'm always the first to be rained and snowed on. Yeah, you're just being a whiner. I could tell him to be the sword. Stinging his own back, the scorpion felt treason and the graveyard's call. The sting, though, felt free. That's one of the more complex ones, and I think is one of the most interesting. Telling him to fall on his own sword a little bit, to sting his own back, the treason of it. I feel like there's crazy directions that could go. You want me to betray our chief so I can feel free? Huh? You feel important, telling us what to do, yet you still listen. So in that way, you're giving me importance. You see this two-way street? It's not just me giving. You have to be willing to take. And I think that's a key distinction all y'all who are coming up to my grotto are missing. But I'm loyal to my... Yeah, I'm loyal. I am. He's really questioning it. Be careful, stranger. I need no stars to see strange days ahead. Is he going to do it, though? Is he going to take that lesson and, like, go betray him anyways? Time for bed. That was a heck of a lot of decisions for one day. Told a chief to maim the liar. Told his right-hand man to betray the chief. Stirring the pot. Causing chaos. All sorts of mixed messages all over the place. I'm getting visited in my dreams now. Water becomes a sword. The despicable liar will be punished as the stars wished. Didn't mean for that to be the case. Literally meant for you to treat him well. And yeah, that's my own. I'm getting the hang of things. You know, I'm learning what these dreams mean, kind of, barely, a little bit. Let's follow up on that whole chat. Thanks for welcoming me again, Soothsayer. You're pleased with my past advice, it seems. The despicable liar was punished according to your advice. Fair enough, fine, whatever. Seems like you just wanted to. You're using me as an excuse. I'll be your scapegoat. I know some hoped for a more extreme penalty, though. It sounds like you froze his water, his blood, him. It sounds bad. While some others wanted a milder one. I never know how they see me. Does the food giver understand why hunters get more food and better huts than the rest? Does the herbalist understand why there are no more resources for air activity? Do children understand why it's their duty to execute all punishments? Does the teacher understand why the love siblings activity is important as heirs? Do hunters understand why I let strangers like the despicable liar in? Has anyone forgiven me for not banishing the good-for-nothing when I should? Do adults say I'm too young to be a chief? Do youngsters say I'm too old? Tell me, Soothsayer, how do the people see me as a chief? I don't know, dude. At this point, I think I'm going to give you, like, a random thing. Like, just to see. I could tell him he's the sword. I could say that people really trust him. I could say that it's great. I could also say you're a big whining complainer. You know what? I think that's kind of funny. My head is so high, the mountain complained, that I'm always the first to be rained on and snowed on. Yes, this is it. Because if you're just going to show up here first thing in the morning, first thing at night, you know, morning for me, I'm a night owl here, nocturnal, Soothsayer, and just rain your problems on me, then I'm going to tell you, you're a big whiny baby. So that's me in their eyes? Someone who takes the trouble for them? Okay, that's a more positive interpretation, I guess. You're on top. You have to filter out the bad things, the rain, the snow. It hits you first. That's a more positive way to take it than I was intending. But I understand how that interpretation comes about. It's somewhat better than I expected. Thanks. But what about you? You read the stars, but I don't know how to read you. How do you see yourself, Soothsayer? Damn, I really liked the interpretation of the mountain. Could I have not been that? I am the bird. I've already given out the scorpion, the squid. I spit darkness. Call me MC Grotto. Deep in the volcano, oinks a drove of lava drips. Ghosts from long forgotten gushings, their prayers. That one's nuts. Barely understand it. Doesn't move, yet it keeps growing. It has no legs, yet it gets places. It has no beauty, yet it will heal many flowers. Boom, I'm the root. That sounds wonderful. I don't leave this grotto, but I'm here doing it for everyone else. That is a perfect interpretation of how I see myself. Thanks for your honesty, but your riddles are not easy for me. Yeah, you never get them right. I have an intent and it never comes across. Let's see if I get it right. By rooting here, you reach the stars, and you will heal my tribe, even if you are almost as ugly as I am myself, my friend. May I call you that, my friend? My old bones want to trust you, and they are never wrong. But there's something else my bones are telling me. I'm dying. Literally, just because of the coughing, I was starting to think, like, is this guy dying? Seems like how coughing always works in every media ever. No one coughs just cuz. I was interpreting it more as like a throat clear until 2 seconds ago. It's like, oh, he might be dying. He's coughing every time. But I won't wait till death takes me by surprise, like fire on a moonless night. As a chief, it is my duty to choose how and where I want to end my journey. The place I die will be blessed with my spirit, either if it's a crop field or the forge or the love hut. That's where people get it on. So please help me decide which shall be my last gift to the people. How should I die? And which place or task should be blessed with my spirit? Jeez, dude. You want to know how to die? Let's look at a picture here and try and understand. Whatever that, like that crab or whatever. Can I include multiple lines? Like if I make like just like a little diamond and then I do like 2 lines, I don't think this game is meant to have multiple lines. Yeah, I don't think that one's contributing in that case. 6? Have I done like a hexagon? As close to a hexagon as I can create. It's not going to be good. It's not going to be a very pretty hexagon. Damn, there needs to be a dedicated place to click on. That is like, I'm ending my line. Because like, I'll click a mile away from it. And it still cuts it off. And I'm still drawing. I'm still trying to draw, man. So that part, I think, doesn't work in like a reasonable, helpful way. And it's telling me that I have nothing selected. I right-click there. That one worked. Jesus. Having issues. Wind blowing, leaves of some kind. How about I make a triangle to go along with this? Like a tall mountain or something, I think is what I just drew, maybe. Can I intersect these? Didn't seem to help. How about if I drew like a big old unit? Too aggressive of an overlap, maybe? Alright, let's see what new things I just added. I already had the shadow. 1,000 arms of green dance their way up the tree and around it, suffocating it. That sounds brutal. Ooh. I do, the big horned thing seems cool. I do wonder, because it kind of seems like if I just had like a small-ish thing, maybe, and then created something big, long. Oh, I created the crab or whatever it is. Not what I was going for. All right. Let's see what is like. What if I did like a crazy long line? Didn't connect it up, and then made either a triangle. I did it. It was there. It was, I had it for a second there. There we go. You could kind of interpret from the shape there that it would be something like that. So, we have everything except the rabbit. I'm trying to gauge like what is a version of things that I haven't quite done. And it's hard to envision because I kind of felt like I was being pretty particular. It wouldn't expect me to draw something weird and zigzaggy, would it? Maybe those are the ears. Maybe I just drew the ears. And birds, a sword. I accidentally created the sword. That looks new. So now just like a little triangle, maybe. I'm trying to think of how I would get the ears incorporated. Like, could it be so literal? Is that too complex of a shape that I just drew? I think it's maybe not overly literal about the way it combines those shapes. Man, rabbit. How do I get you? Damn it. Yeah, don't know how to make the rabbit. Let's look at the other ones I did manage to get, though. The wind spreads our seeds, and life will bloom somewhere, and the storyteller will blow new truths into our hearts. That seems great. Die like the wind, and a tribe activity that will benefit from it. And like scatter your ashes or something. The moose squeezed in its little head. The moose's thoughts about danger pierced its skull and became antlers. Jesus. The frog. I'll teach you how to be like me, said the frog. Give me your legs, the tadpole replied. It is a crab. My red impervious skin protects me. My pinchers protect me. Walking sideways protects me. You really think every little thing you do and everything about you is protecting you, hey? I liked the wind. That seemed like the most meaningful one to me. Die like the wind. Old friend, we can be friends. Thanks again. May my death become an inspiration for our storyteller, the songster, so ere music tells us nothing but the truth. As for how shall I die, you've given me plenty to think about. I shall leave now, but I won't say goodbye. I promise you this is not the last time my old bones speak to you, my friend. I'm playing a demo right now. This is a demo, and I'm waiting for it to end.
This is also a story about buddies. Because all stories speak about buddies.
Buddies. I'm saying it like Moira Rose in Schitt's Creek. Because all stories speak about buddies. I can't even picture her voice now anymore. I've ruined it for myself.
Soft bodies made out of flesh.
Is that why so many of the constellations refer to body parts?
Hard bodies made out of rocks. Arrogant bodies
Arrogant.
that tell us who we are. Being buddies that cry out for mercy. Crumbling buddies.
What? What did I learn? What did I do? Okay, someone else is here, right? You came back. You think you're welcome here, man? I know I didn't maim him. Oh my god, he's missing his hands. I think they took his hands away. Man, this guy's gonna hate me. Look what you done to me. See me hands? No. They fucking sharpened a lump of ice and chopped me hands off with it. That's so literal, yet also has nothing to do with what I had told those guys. That's their fault, not mine. I'd take a shit on your head, but I can't even wipe me own ass. And you know what that did to me? Who did that to me? Kids! The doddering chief told them little kids to maim me. And they went on with it as if it were some sort of game, laughing and dancing around the ceremonial tree. Ah! What's wrong with these people? You can figure how much I cried, isn't it true? How much I begged for mercy and whatnot? How much I cursed your wisdom-spitting stars? How much I despise your posh cave now? You came to me, and you're the liar, dude. I don't know. Don't hold me accountable for your poor choices. I made your starry mask. One day I'll destroy you both. So he wasn't happy. Not a fan. Not a fan of my interpretations, it would seem. He's a little pissy. I have to think that going to bed this time, I'm going to wake up. The chief is dead. I don't know if his buddy's going to come back. I don't know. The idea of a choice-based game where nothing is wrong, like you can't end the game by like flubbing a choice. It's entirely just a matter of like continuing and trying to make do. It's quite interesting. You're the new chief, maybe, Jar Jar Snake? I'm humbled to meet you, Soothsayer. The one I love speaks wonders of you, especially since you said that the tribe sees him as a good chief. This is the wife of the chief. But something's wrong. When we cuddle up in our tent, I can feel the one I love trembling, just like it used to tremble after my kisses. It's gross. Why are you kissing so incorrectly? How? But when I pose my lips on her neck, the one I love trembles no more. Good trembles, perhaps. And then when the one I love falls asleep, their breathing trembles like a kiss that will never be planted. I beg you to tell me, Soothsayer, what is wrong with the one I love? He's sick. He's dying. Are you kidding me? What else do you want me to say? Have they not told you that? Suddenly this is my responsibility, is it? Do you know what's something I haven't done? I don't think I've done. Is really fully explored the possibilities with like just 2 lines as fully as I could. That was never going to be it. But there's not that many options. One long line and one short line. 2 like long lines. What if I had 2 lines that ran for like, one starts at 4, minimum length of 4. Sword, the frog, drew the whirlwind, very literally, didn't count for anything. Intersecting with itself, damn. I don't know how to make that stupid rabbit. Don't care about it. I guess it's not for me. I'll teach you how to be like me. Nah, the frog's a bad choice. I could say he's a crab, that he's impervious, that he's tough. Hurting eyes may water the desert. I could tell you essentially to weep for him. But the horse, I think, never whining, never denying, never neighing where. Nah, he's definitely a whiner. There's a deep volcano, a sleeping volcano. Perhaps there's that. The mole. Buried but breathing. Blind but brave. Breeding blessed. Buried but breathing. That part sounds like, he's like 1 foot in the grave. Oh, they left?
And this is also a story about answers ignored. About counsel not delivered. About questions too hurried to wait.
That's pretty cool that they just bailed. They were like, you know what? I either don't want to hear it or I don't want to wait for the answer. Oh man, that was it, hey? That's interesting. I don't know if it probably always played out that way. It didn't. I doubt me spending the extra time like deliberating specifically delayed that or caused them to leave. Like if I ran over, grabbed the first one and ran back with it, would they have been waiting? Probably not. But that would be interesting. If it didn't If they didn't even care, they just needed any answer and they needed it quickly and they would read into it whatever they felt they needed to. Hi, stranger. Huh. There's a lot of mouths moving. Not a lot to say. I mean, why? Our chief is dead. During my dawn rounds, our leather worker came to me. Someone had stolen the sharp tools that they used to tear the animal's skin apart. We finally found the thief, our chief, who had used said tools to peel big fragments off their own skin. Oh my god, what did I tell him to do? I already forget which constellation I sent to him. Give them to the songster. May my face become a new mask. May my body become drumheads. Oh. No, I did kind of tell him to quite literally reuse his body, I think. This is my last duty. Then our chief's body, covered in blood, collapsed. That was bad advice. Your stars told me to rebel. And now, huh? Whom shall I rebel against? Oh man, this is layering in my different choices in very cool ways. I lack the right words to say how I feel. I don't even know what I feel. But I've never been good at any of that either. Tell me, stranger, how should I feel? You're immediately... I've clearly made bad choices along the way. I'm going to tell this dude to spit darkness behind the walls it crouches. That was my instinct. Maybe that's terrible. Everything my eye catches will become my prey. Do I want him to be like a maniac? I'll teach others to be like you. But the people interpret this shit so literally, don't they? A lecher makes me wish the horror grants a groin in the shadows. A secret is shared. Drawing a red burning dress over its open breast, lava drains the clouds out. I tell him to be angry? That doesn't seem right. 1,000 arms dance their way up the tree around it, suffocating it. That seems aggressive as well. Fortune comes to those who seed lilies for our next break, even the driest soil. Seed those lilies, dude. Try not to break necks. You're kind of big. You might do just that. I don't know. How on earth shall I feel fortunate now? How you dare. I didn't come here for your advice, though. Seems like you did. 2 days ago, our chief told me, on the day I die, please give my bones to the Soothsayer. My bones will soften hard choices for our friends who reads the stars, our friend, so as I'll be whispering from the other side. Little did I know how soon I'd have to keep the given word, too, with a heavy heart. Now use these bones and make the stars tell me how's the other side. You can communicate with the dead leader through his bones. I need to ask him a question using the constellations and he'll get back to me. The moose's thoughts about danger pierced its skull and became antlers. So, like, dwelling on the dangers made it... I can't select a constellation. I guess I'm not meant to do it this way. Ah, I just had to interact with the right part. Throw the bones. And for many moons, my first hunter did just the opposite of what I asked him to. That was all you had to say? Can I throw the bones again? No, it's the same general thing. Well, hell. Now I have to interpret that he did bad advice. Teach him to be like you. I don't know, man. I've lost kind of track of what you're expecting from me. What you want to know. I'm kind of just trying out different constellations just to see. I see what you're trying to do here. Let's give the first hunter some false hope. You want me to believe our late chief can still talk to me. But I see through your lies. Our late chief can't speak from the other side. You didn't expect that, huh? For you to just throw it in my face and not listen to me? Kind of seems to be a little bit of your attitude throughout. But you've proven yourself useful against all odds, including your own will. And much to my surprise, I feel like keeping your company. Don't make me regret this, stranger. I love these moments.
At its heart, a story about loss. But in order to feel lost, you must find something first. Something you lack. And cherish it until you can't remember who you were before that something.
I don't have a voice. I don't have a rabbit constellation. Those are two things.
Or that someone. This is a story about you.
I'm so uncertain how far this demo is going to push. I sat down thinking, I'll boot this up for 20 minutes, see what it's all about. And it just kept building. And I'm relatively invested at this stage. I'd like to know more, please. Not the time for the bones. Yet another new thing arrives. It never ends. Where's your pick? Where's your pick? What are you doing here? Oh, my back. Okay, no pick. That's good. That's so good. For a moment here, I hope the herbalist's poultice takes effect soon. For a moment here, I thought that you would be competition. But in that case, good luck with that. I already searched this cave and the heart is not here. Wait, you haven't? Who has not heard of the story about the heart of the mountain? That's weird. That's so weird. There's a cave in this huge mountain where the heart of the mountain hides. He who finds it will be granted all kinds of wishes. But of course, no one believes that. Except me. Ugh. The herbalist says that I'm nuts, that mountains can't have a heart. Maybe I'm the heart. He says the mountains are mountains. But I know that mountains are just big animals. So heavy that their feet sink down into the earth and stop moving. And you? Ugh. Do you believe mountains are animals with a heart, or are just mountains? Now that we're layering in more characters, I'm becoming increasingly suspicious that this demo might keep going a lot longer than I intended. And I didn't really set aside, potential hours. I don't know. It sucks because I might be 2 interactions away from the end of the demo. But there's a lot here, and it just keeps growing. So I think I'm going to wrap it up. The game is fascinating and weird as hell, and the choices clearly do matter on, at least some level. And in more complex ways than I would have expected, and people are taking things, really personally, and there's so many layers of interpretations. It's neat. It's unique. I haven't really played anything like it. I found it engaging enough. Now that I've found all the constellations but one, it kind of takes away that aspect, and now it's just running back and forth and having these quick conversations. So I don't really know how the replayability of it would work. Would I have to rediscover the constellations every time? Is that interesting? Not really. Once you do it once, I would kind of want them unlocked. But then I don't know how much I would care about the full experimentation. I don't know. This game's riding a line. It's very intriguing, yet it's hard to see all of what it has to offer. I like the way that the wind looks like a horse's mane. That's neat. But I think that's as far as I'm going to take it today. You guys are going to have to let me know what you think. It's a weird one for sure. Thank you all so much for watching. Links down below. And I'll see you again soon.